so we have got more Q&A questions from you guys. So last week we came out with a Q&A video. Y'all had asked so many questions. We had 10 pages worth of questions. So we're breaking it up. I'm going to do a little bit each week. So, okay, first up, the first question comes from Anne-Marie Paris O'Farrell. Suggestions for parking in New Orleans. And then Carla Doug Glidden Souza says, yes, we would like to know this too. We are staying at a hotel about 10 miles out of town, so we will be driving in each day. And then Anne also says, yes, that and parking at port. Okay, so it's a two-part question. One, if you're just driving into New Orleans for the day, where's the best place to park? If you're not parking at your hotel, we always park right off of Canal Street. So you're going to go down Canal, turn on Decatur, and you'll see a big public parking area. It's not cheap parking, but it's centrally located parking. So you park there and you're pretty much going to be in walking distance from everything you want. So that's where we go. As far as cruise port parking, we just found a hidden gem on our last trip to New Orleans, and that is Machu Picchu Tours.
Yeah.
Tell about Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, he's like Mr. Miyagi, you know. It's a nice little quaint little spot. When you first pull up, you're going to be like, it looks a little sketchy, it looks weird. But then you drive through the gate, and you know, he gets out, and he's very accommodating. Get your luggage, backs your car in for you if you choose to do that. And then we got right up in the van, and when the van filled up, which didn't take no time at all because everybody was piling in pretty much at the same time. But it was kind of off the beaten path, and nice little change up. It was a really good experience that we had at that parking lot.
Yeah, it really was, because we parked at Fulton Parking before, which is right across from the port, and that is a very tall parking garage, and it's kind of scary going up those loops.
Yeah.
But over at Machu Picchu, it looks like you're like, this isn't going to be big enough to hold all these cars, but it's basically a big warehouse. And
yeah, you're gonna, if you trust me, try it. You'll like it a lot. The guy reminds me of Mr. Miyagi. He keeps all these plants and stuff, and like he keeps these plants so perfect, and and I'm looking at that and I'm going, man, this guy knows how to take care of his stuff. So I was feeling pretty good about leaving the car there with him. But and he's a funny guy too. But it just felt it was very intimate, and made the experience very pleasurable. They did over there. Yeah, and highly recommend them, guys.
Absolutely, and it's about $30 cheaper than parking at port, so that's kind of a win-win situation there.
Yeah, and it's not far.
No, it's maybe a mile and a half from port.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're going to shuttle you back and forth, and they'll drop you off right at the door. Not a problem at all.
Yep, and then when you get back, give them a call, and they showed up pretty quick. About less than 10 minutes after we made the phone call.
Yeah.
So
it was good.
Yeah.
You're up.
All right. Next question is from Hannah Ear. Any international cruises you want to take, and are there any on the radar? Is there anywhere you want to travel that isn't accessible by cruise? Switzerland, for example. We don't have any international cruises on our radar, really, just because we're going to wait till the kids get a little older and out of school before we kind of venture into that. Right now what we're doing is kind of working. We'd love to, love to take some Scandinavian cruises and whatnot, but I don't think we don't have any on the radar right now.
No, not yet. Hopefully, within the next 3-4 years maybe this will happen. The cruise up to Norway and through the fjords would be amazing. I've got my eye on one that you fly into London and you board the ship and you go all around the British Isles. That would be awesome. Australia would be awesome as far as cruises go, but I know Europe is on our radar at some point too.
Hopefully we're lucky enough to where we get to that point to where we're still able to, and if we are, we will.
Absolutely. Just a couple years from now.
Yeah.
Okay, next question is from Grace Glenn. How complicated is the editing process? What kind of program do you use? And Justin Lee says, good question. Okay, so
she does all that.
That's my job. Up until about 9 months ago, I had a Toshiba laptop and I had Windows Movie Maker. It was a free program. It worked pretty good. It did everything I needed it to do. The problem was that it became outdated. They weren't doing updates for it anymore. It became sluggish. And I was like, okay, I have to find a new program. So in all the research, I decided, well, I'm just going to bite the bullet and buy a Mac, because with a MacBook comes iMovie. And that was a great decision. iMovie is fantastic.
The right move. Yeah, it was the right move. It made her life a lot easier.
Oh my God. What used to take me 3 to 4 hours between the loading, the editing, the processing, the uploading for a 20-minute video takes less than an hour now.
So,
it's amazing.
So basically, you know, bite the bullet, spend the money, get you, you know, like a Mac.
Yeah, Mac is where it is.
Because you're gonna get your bang out of the buck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's worth it.
It is. It's absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
As far as complicated goes, we don't do a lot of the fancy B-roll
stuff. You know, the artsy stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we're not opposed to it. You know, it's kind of a trend right now, but we don't really necessarily follow any trends. We just kind of stick to what we do, and you know, every now and then we'll. You know, I'll make some suggestions, and maybe we'll put a little splash of B-roll in there just to make it kind of fun and cool and change it up a little bit. But believe us, we're not going to get carried away with it. But anyway, yeah.
So yeah, we keep the editing process as simple as possible. So
yeah.
About a 20-minute video finished product takes me about 30 to 45 minutes to edit. And then, of course, there's the loading, the processing, all of that part. But the editing process takes about double the time of what the actual footage is.
You start putting all that B-roll stuff in there, and all the little artsy stuff.
Very time consuming.
And adding the music and stuff. You know, you can get as crazy and creative as you want. It's going to be more time consuming, but
yeah. I'll tell you.
We watch some of those videos that people do that, and they're pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty neat.
I'll tell you, the daily vlogs take a lot less time to edit than the compilations. Like, you'll see the ship tour compilations.
Yeah, because you're really
not compilations. Because I have to go through every day's worth of footage and pick
cut
out
and
just
paste,
the ones I
kind
need.
of deal.
Those can take me 3 or 4 hours to do.
All right, the next question is from Vicky Lacey. We will be on the same cruise in April and are trying to decide on excursions. Any thoughts on some good things to do in the ports? Well, where you? Okay, in April we're going to Belize, Cozumel, and Honduras. Rotan.
And Costa Maya.
And Costa Maya.
4 ports.
Okay, Costa Maya. We've just went our first time last year, and so we really don't know what to tell you on that, because we just kind of stayed in port, sampled the food, and shopped and whatnot. We do know that they have a really nice water park. You can actually see it on top of the ship, or while you're on the ship pulling into port. We've kind of looked into it a little bit, nothing detailed, but it looks really cool. It's got a lot of high recommendations.
It's neat because it looks like a Mayan ruin.
Yeah.
Is what it looks like, but then you see the water slides coming out of it. So it looks, and they have zip lines around it. It looks pretty neat.
You know, of course, you know, you always got the Mayan ruins that you can go to. We haven't done that yet, but in Belize, I can definitely recommend firsthand that you do the cave tubing and the zip lining combo.
One of the best things we've ever done.
That was pretty real. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And in Rotan, we always just kind of did the Mahogany Bay. We stayed on the beach there, you know, because it just suits us. We enjoy that. And then...
but we did look at Little French Key in Rotan. That looks like a pretty cool place to go.
Yeah.
We came this close to going there last year.
Yeah, we really did. We checked it out, and it's a really neat place. And we probably will go there next time we... Next time we go to Rotan. So
yeah, and Cozumel, there's just so much to do in Cozumel.
Yeah, it's so much to do.
Our favorite was the twister boat to Passion Island.
Yeah, that's a good one. You know, and then you can just always do the all-inclusive resorts, just depending on what you want to do. But as far as excursions, the twister boat, we've done it. I can recommend that. It's fun.
It's fun. It's really fun.
You get all pumped up and stuff on the twister boat, and then you get dropped off at the Passion Island, and you get to chill out, and it's got a beautiful beach, white sands, and it's got the bars. with the swings. It's beautiful. As a matter of fact, Passion Island's where they film a lot of the Corona commercials. So, I mean, yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's that pretty, yeah.
Yeah, and then you get back on the boat, and they take you out, do a few more turns and twists, and get you all pumped up, drop you back off. You get back up on the ship, feeling good. Heck yeah, that's a fun time.
That was fun.
My
turn. Joanne Stephanie Wong asks, family trip to California, Disneyland, LA, Knott's Berry Farm, and San Francisco? Yes, but not this year. Maybe, hopefully, we can make that happen next year. I want to take the boys to Disneyland. We did that in 2017 for our anniversary, and it was our first time ever in California. We absolutely loved California. Disneyland and Disney World are two totally different experiences, and so everybody in our family is very familiar with Disney World. We want them to experience Disneyland too.
Deidre Smith has the next question. What are your favorite ports and ships? I would definitely say, for me, just because it was the first time I've done this one, is Florida Keys, and definitely Norwegian Breakaway. For me.
Key West was really cool. That was the first time in Key West. It was just a very different kind of port than everything we're used to. It had a home feel to it because it had a lot of New Orleans vibe, and we like that New Orleans vibe.
Yeah.
It's like New Orleans / tropical.
Yeah, it's like the French Quarter on the beach, basically. Even though we didn't even really see a beach. They're all around there, but we didn't see it. But that's the vibe you get, you know. All kind of old, like classic bar and grills, little eateries and whatnot, like Sloppy Joe's, and you had the original Margaritaville, and you had, you know, then you can get on a bus and go to the southernmost point, so you can do the touristy stuff, and you can kind of get in there with some of the local stuff. But it was just all around cool experience. Lots to do there.
Okay, the next, I've got basically two questions that are almost the same. Cammie Lindsay asks, how to pack for Alaska. I took way too much clothes for the Caribbean. And then Susie Cooper asks, what are your recommendations on things to pack for an Alaskan cruise? And then Kenneth May says, leave your bikini at home. You won't need it. Bring a sweater for inside the ship and jacket and heavy coat for outside, gloves or mittens and hat.
I'm definitely going to leave my bikini at home. Yeah, I'm not going to take it.
Oh, I think you should bring your bikini. That would be awesome.
Teeny weeny polka dotted bikini. You don't want to see that, trust me. Alright.
Layers. That's the most important thing that we know so far for Alaska.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, because it's very chilly in the mornings and at night, and then during the day you can get up to 75 to 80 degrees.
Yeah.
So you're going to need that balance. So something, you know, that you can, you know, an undershirt, a t-shirt, maybe like a thermal shirt and a jacket. That way you can peel things off as you warm up. Of course, the hat and mittens are going to be needed for the really cold times, especially the day you're at the glacier.
It's a really big luggage to put all that stuff in.
Yeah, we haven't figured out how, because we normally pack everything in a carry-on suitcase. So this is going to be a challenge for me as a packer. We're going to see if I can make it happen.
Yep. Oh, if anybody can make it happen, she can. I've watched her pack, and it blows my mind how much stuff she can put in such a small space. But it's going to be interesting to watch how she packs for Alaska.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. This next question is from Amy Youngman. What's your favorite Disney resort and why?
My favorite is Port Orleans Riverside. We've stayed at several different resorts. We try and stay somewhere different every time. Just there's so many, you want to try, you know, get a new experience. We really liked Port Orleans Riverside. I liked the layout of it. It was easy to get around.
Yeah.
They had things that were centrally located, and we had a room. It wasn't a preferred room, but it was pretty darn close to everything. And we liked the feel of it. So it had that southern feel. So it used to be called Dixie Landing or Dixie Bayou or something like that a long time ago. So it's always had that southern vibe. But it's got some areas that's supposed to look like bayou houses, and then some areas that look like the big plantation homes. So it's cool. Like that.
The food restaurants were good, like Boathouse.
Yeah.
You know, the landscaping, all of it was really nice. You know, out of all the ones that we've stayed, that's our favorite.
Yep.
Sure, there's some that we'll experience later on down the road that perhaps will be the favorites, but only time will tell. Also, second part of Amy Youngman's question is she said, she goes on to say that she loved the old Key West because it's my parents' home resort for Disney Vacation Club. But when I'm not able to stay there, she loves the Port Orleans Riverside as well. So yeah, that's a good choice. We really like that one quite a bit ourselves. Love your channel. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Next question is from Alyssa Gaga. What is your go-to travel accessory and or item that you can't travel without? That is for me a good backpack, because we need certain things with us no matter where we're at, whether we're on a cruise port or a theme park. There's certain things you want to carry along with you, and without a good backpack you're not going to be able to carry those things. Here's ours. Yeah, we have several backpacks.
This is our workhorse. This is our new workhorse. It's called the
Traveler 37. The brand is Bags and Backpacks, or B&B. But I just love this bag.
It's very lightweight.
Yeah, this will actually collapse into a pocket. It's that lightweight. But it's got good comfortable straps. It has the chest strap. It's got pockets on either side for drinks, or for, you see we keep our suntan lotion over there. It's got two big pockets on the inside, and then it's got this little pocket here and a front pocket here. Love this bag.
Okay, this next question is from Teresa Hampton Alley. Now that you've cruised on Carnival, Norwegian, and Disney, what is your favorite cruise line for couples and for families? For couples, Norwegian, and families, you can't go wrong with Disney or Carnival, really. And for that matter, Norwegian is family friendly too. But if I had to pick, I would probably say Norwegian would be more for the couples, just because there's more to do for adult couples.
And they had the kids separated out.
Yeah.
So there was a true adults only pool with adults only hot tubs, and then they had the family pool with the splash area and the slides and all of that.
Yeah.
So if you're wanting to not be around children, you have a chance of doing that there.
Disney is absolutely 100%, as we already know, geared towards kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't recommend, unless you're a Disney couple, to not do that one. I mean, try it for yourself, but there's not as much to do for the adults as there is the kids. But there are things to do. Carnival is all about the kids.
Mm-hmm. All about the families, yeah.
All about the families, you know. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say if you're looking for your first family cruise, go to Carnival. You're going to have a great experience. They have fantastic kids clubs and kids programming. Everything on the ship is kid friendly. So that's definitely really good for families. And they have cabins that are, really set up for families to be comfortable. So that's where I'm going to go with that one. Okay, our next question is from Tammy Weinke. Sorry if I said that wrong. How did you become a travel agent?
Winky?
You'll have to tell us how to say that. Sorry.
Yeah.
How did you become a travel agent? Did you have have to take a lot of training? As far as how to become a travel agent, if you would like information on that, send me an email at eecctravels@gmail.com and I'd be happy to tell you. As far as the training goes, yes, there's a lot of training, because there's training involved in how to be a travel agent, and then each individual company, cruise line, Disney, Universal, all-inclusive resorts, all of those have their own training. So you decide what you want to do and what you want to work on, and those are the trainings that you're going to specialize in, which is what I've done so far.
Yeah. All right, this next question.
Last question.
All right, last question is from Colleen Duffy. What are your suggestions for growing a YouTube channel? For us, it's just stay genuine, keep it original, and your content needs to be something that you love to do. And if you can do those three, your channel will be successful and it will grow, because people will see the genuinity in it and like what you do. But definitely just stay true to yourself, be genuine, and love the content that you're putting out there.
Yeah, that's what we never even thought about doing YouTube until we started watching travel videos. And then that's where we love to travel and we are enjoying watching these YouTube videos. and the boys actually suggested, well, hey guys, why don't we start our own channel? So it's like, okay, we'll give it a try.
Yeah.
And I think the truthfulness and the personality needs to be there. Get comfortable talking to the camera. Act like the camera is a friend, or you're, you know, the people.
It's weird at first.
Yeah, it takes some getting used to.
You know, at first you try to be as genuine as you possibly can, but you know, you're learning. It's weird talking to a camera. But after a while, you get used to it, and it's just like talking to a friend. I mean, really, it is. It's,
yeah.
You know?
We're completely comfortable talking to the camera now all the time. We'll walk around the ships with our camera out like this, and people look at us like we're crazy.
We get
sometimes,
desensitized to it. Yeah, we get desensitized to it, and we don't even know we're filming ourselves, basically. I mean, but anyway, yeah, you do those 3 things, and you'll be good. You'll learn the editing process. You're gonna grow. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes at first. You're gonna look. You know, you're going to look back at your old material like we have done.
Gosh,
and we started out with a little GoPro, and, you know, you go back into the early stages in the beginning videos of EECC Travels, man. Pretty awful stuff, but, you know, we've grown and we've gotten a lot better, and you will too. So, you know, don't get discouraged. As long as you love it, you'll be fine.
I agree with that. Yeah. It is YouTube, so I mean it is you and what you want to do. I would say specialize if you can. Like, we're just doing travel. I think you're going to find a better audience that way, as opposed to putting out travel videos and putting out home improvement videos and putting out, you know, all kinds of random things on your channel. It just kind of,
and we don't, you know, we don't know everything about it, but we're still learning too, and but we can just share our experiences and what we've learned with you. But anyway, so that concludes today's Q&A.
It does.
And we have several more that we were going to be bringing to you, because we have lots and lots of questions, and we want to try to answer every single one of them.
Yep.
So until next time, happy cruising, happy travels. See ya.
See you next time. Bye.